Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, the podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. Imagine having the courage to reinvent your life financially, professionally, personally, and spiritually. Join Cheryl and guests as they share practical tips and resources to inspire you to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. So grab your favorite mug. It's time for Coffee with Cheryl.
Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, a podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. I am your host, Cheryl Garrison. I am a publisher, an author, a coach. I am passionate about everything that has to do with women over 50. And I am so excited that you join me on this wonderful Monday in August. I would like to invite you to join us for this wonderful episode, Living Your Best Life, Never Giving Up. And I'd like to remind you that the Coffee with Cheryl podcast is one of the top 25 podcasts for women over 50 in the nation. And we're very proud to have that distinction. And we're very happy to have you with us today. I want to start, as I usually do, with a quote. And here's our quote for today. Never give up. You only live one life. Go for it. Never give up. You only live one life. Go for it. Now, recently, this is a very personal podcast today. Because recently, the last few months, I've been going through a bunch of stuff and challenges everywhere I look. And I was actually starting to get a little discouraged and thinking maybe it's time for me to just give all this up and retire quietly off into the sunset and just say, be grateful for what I've been able to do so far. And as I was thinking this, I kept coming back to this story that I told several years ago, one that inspired me in the beginning of starting this business, 50-something lifestyle. And so I thought I would retell that story and then just talk a little bit about what I gained from it and how I am never giving up because I am so inspired by the story of the donkey and the farmer. So here goes the story. There once was a donkey living on a farm that wasn't very well kept, a farmer who was a little bit lazy and just sort of let his land go. And he had several wells that he just let go bad. So it was an abandoned well. And while one day out, the donkey was roaming around in the fields and fell into an abandoned well. And so shocked, of course, the donkey said, oh, how do I get out of here? So he started crying out for help. He neighed and he cried and he made as much noise as he could, hoping that someone would come along and help him. And eventually the farmer found him in the well, and he was so lazy and decided the donkey was old too, so it was just not even worth trying to get him out of the well. So he decided to cover the well and the donkey up. And he asked his neighbor to come help him shovel dirt in the well and cover it up. And so the donkey, realizing that he heard the farmer, but he realized that there was no help coming. He wasn't throwing down a rope. He wasn't trying to get him out. And all of a sudden, he started feeling dirt piled up on top of him. And he realized that, wait a minute, this guy's trying to cover me up. He's trying to bury me in this well. And the donkey said, no way, not today. I am not giving up on life this easily. So the farmer and his friend were shoveling dirt. And with every pile of dirt that landed on the donkey, he shook it off and stepped up on top of the dirt. And the farmer really had no idea what was going on. He was just shoveling. He was just trying to get this over with and get rid of this donkey, get rid of this well, and move on with his little pitiful life. So he kept shoveling. And the more he and a friend shoveled, the more the donkey shook off the dirt. And before he knew it, he had stood upon enough dirt to actually climb out of the well himself and save his life and run away from that farm. And so the moral of that story is the donkey was not going to let the adversities of life, dirt, keep him from living the life that he knew he still had within him to live. So today, as I recall the story and as I think about how much it inspired me at the time and it inspires me now, when I feel like there's just so much coming, am I equipped to handle it? What are some things that I can do and things for you to do when life is throwing these obstacles your way? Because they're gonna come. That's life. Life is going to have adversity, it's going to have obstacles, it's going to cause anxiety, it's going to do a lot of things. And so it's up to you how you respond to it. You either give into it and give up, or you fight against it and you thrive and you survive. So let's talk about some of these. I think I have 4 or 5 things that I want to share with you that may help you if you are in that position. Now, I talk to a lot of women over 50, and we go through so many things. Lately, one of the things that I've heard a lot about are women who work with the government, and because of the stuff we know going on, lost their jobs they have been doing for their whole career. And they find themselves in their 50 somethings without a job and off work for months and months at a time. In a time where gas is high, food is high, rent is high, everything is high. And so if these things are happening to you and it's piling up and you just say, just forget it. I'm just gonna just do the best I can and just I'm done with these dreams. I'm done with trying to make a life for myself after 50. I want you to consider some of these things today. Number one, it's okay to cry. That's first. Admitting that this is hard, it's okay. The donkey immediately found himself in the well and began to cry out very loudly so that someone could hear him. And it's okay for us to do that. It's no fun going through things in a bubble where you're alone and you're not allowing anyone else to know that you may be struggling. And of course, we don't want everybody to know because some people don't know what to do with our own business. But to cry out and to feel the emotion and the hurt and the stress, the things that happen when life hits us, whether it's our health, our finances, it's our relationships, whether it's a job, any of those things. That's dirt. That's the stuff that gets thrown on top of us. And like the donkey, we can either let it pile us up and bury us, or we can shake it off and step out of it. But it's okay when it's happening to cry out because then we're acknowledging that, okay, this is tough and I'm going to need to do something about it. And this is emotional and this is just getting me at my core. But there's something in me that is not going to let it be the victor. So cry out. That's okay. It's therapeutic. It gives life to what you're going through, and then it puts it out there for you to make some decisions of how you're going to deal with it. So first of all, it's okay to cry. And it's okay, you want to get on the phone with your girlfriends and have a good one, that's good. Just don't stay in that pity party too long because it's very comfortable there. Very comfortable in that oh me, oh my. But once you get through the initial stages of oh me, oh my, this is bad, this is hard, then you need to come out of it and then move on and to never give up. Shake it off, step on top of it, and walk away from it. Number two is to be resilient. Resilience is about keeping going when things don't, there seems to be no hope for you to get through it. To be resilient is to stand steadfast and say, it's not going to get me. I have it within me to move on. And that donkey was resilient. He said, no, no, I am not going out like this. I don't care what the farmer says. And the farmer represents life. It doesn't care what it's throwing on you. It's just like, here, take it. So are you going to be resilient enough to throw it off and step on top of it and step away from it? The next thing you want to do is to not give up on your goal. Just think about it. When all these things happen to us, we generally have something that we're planning on doing. And then here's the obstacle, here's the adversity, here's the extra bills that we didn't expect, here's the bad report from the doctor that we didn't expect, here's the divorce we didn't expect, or here's being a widow that we didn't expect. And here it comes. And all of our goals are still there, and they're still attainable. But you cannot attain them if you decide that as the dirt is flying on you, you're just not going to do anything about it. So you can't conquer any of those goals as long as you're stuck in the well. And so the donkey knew that if he wanted to live, if he wanted to survive, he had to shake it off and get out of there. There's no way, there was no other option except to die. And he did not want to do that. So think about the goals that you have. And like I told you, I've been going through some challenges. For those of you who don't know, I had a battle with breast cancer last year in February 2025. And I had a double mastectomy. And thank God I didn't have to have chemo or radiation. But they did put me on some hormone medications that helped to ward off the hormones that my cancer was feeding on. And the side effects of those medications can be pretty severe. And so for the most part, over the last year, I have been in pain throughout my body, throughout my joints. And it's just a thing that I've learned to try to bear. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, and the last couple of months has been extremely overwhelming to the point of where I said, okay, this is way too much, and I can't really continue to do the things that I had planned to do. But I thought about the donkey in the well. He didn't use any of that as a reason to let the dirt bury him. And so my goal continues. Right now I'm finishing publishing a book for one of my clients, and I'm launching the Legacy Storytelling Project, which is going to help women like you write your memoir or autobiography. And I'm finding so many women who want to do that, who want to share their stories, who want to leave their legacy for their friends and their family, their community. And so for me, my goal is to give them the platform to do that. And I can't do that if I allow this pain to overcome me. So I've learned to deal with it and know that I can do some things that'll lessen it, but it will not defeat me because I have goals. I still want to offer something to this 50 something community, and I can't do that if I give up. So just think about it. Don't give up on your goals as you're going through these falling in the well moments, because you're going to fall. Believe me, there's all kinds of holes out there, all kinds of abandoned wells waiting for you to just come crashing in. And there are farmers, life, that don't care and think you may be too old to save or do anything about, and they're just going to start piling the dirt. So are you going to shake it off and step out? I believe that you are. Now, the last thing I want to share with you is to change your mindset. You can't do anything if you're thinking that you've been defeated. Change your mindset. If you feel no hope, you feel lost, you feel that this is way too big for you, you have to find it within yourself to change your mindset. And a part of mindset is action, to do something. We cannot move forward if we're stagnant and if we just let things go. So the donkey knew that he had to play a part in getting out of that well. He couldn't just let the dirt pile up on the side of him because that's not where it was going. He had to take action and shake it off and shake it in the place where he could stand on top of it after shaking off the dirt. So your mindset, my favorite quote, as a man thinketh, so is he. So think about what you're going through and some of the challenges, the obstacles, the stresses, um, the things that are keeping you from just really living your best life. And you know your best life is right there. It's right on the other side of this. Then your mindset has to change. And the only way we can do that is to feed it with things that are positive, with things that promote us, with things that instill in us that we have the ability to do anything. We have to tell ourselves this day and night, continually reminding ourselves our own value and who we are. And once you are able to do that, have the correct mindset, and you have that dirt flying at you, you're saying, no, I'm thinking I'll shake this off. And I think if I shake it off, it's going to pile up high enough for me to climb out of it. And so you have to have that positive outlook when you're at the bottom of the well. Shake it off, stand on top of it, and climb out of it. It's not easy to do. I'm not saying that. But when you have stories like the donkey and the farmer, and you have people around you who are great examples of folks that have been through some crazy stuff, and against all odds, they were able to come through and to climb out of their own wells, you can do it too. So if you find yourself in the bottom of a well, just walking along, minding your own business, life going well, sun shining, everything's cool, and all of a sudden, boom, you fall in the well. It's probably going to happen. But when it does, it is within you to first, you can cry out, cry about it, scream out. I want everybody to know I'm stuck in this well. But then you're going to have to do some things to get out of it. You're going to have to be resilient. You're going to have to not give up. You're going to have to make sure that you have goals in place that you are not going to let go of. And then you have to change your mindset, take action, and get yourself out of that well. Because as with the farmer, He wasn't throwing down a rope. And many times life doesn't throw us a rope. We have to find our own way out. And I know you have it in you to do it. So I hope today I just wanted to talk about some things. Like I said, I was going through and the way I was feeling and thinking about this story that inspired me to continue to bring some resources to you that will help you through your journey as you go through these 50 something. And if you want to just chat, go on my website, 50 something lifestyle, and just schedule a consultation. We can just chat. If you feel like you need to cry out, go on my website, schedule a consultation, and we can cry together. But whatever you do, don't stay stuck in that well and don't give up because once you give up, there's no other place to go. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of this Monday and enjoy this beautiful August. And I will see you in September.